Welcome back to the Knights of Ascalon. Some time has passed. You have flown above the pellucid tower, watching the impenetrable military forts turn into small dots underneath you. The slanted monolith wall of the pellucid tower is the last thing you see as you break through the atmosphere, and on board the Inquisitor's vessel, you're informed that the entire planet of Pottergrim has been blockaded. There have been raids by the Militarum. The Inquisition has completely captured the planet. All of your resources are now focused here. At the same time, you hear of more and more frequent Eldari encounters around the other moon of Chaldeen. And you can hear that the Eldari have been attacking humans. There is some conflict going on. You're busy hunting down and trying to lock down the Councilors. Not all of them are present, but you have captured some in their mansions. Their estates have been surrounded by the Inquisition, and you now have control of the planet entirely. You're gonna receive some briefings, and upon approaching the Inquisitor's chamber, Lucia is taken to the interrogation room. Looking out the windows, you will see the stars outside. It is eerily quiet when you enter the chamber and see the Inquisitor standing by the window. As you enter, you smell old carpets and oil from a lamp, an oil lamp, standing next to the door. It's this acidic, sharp smell. You walk in and you see the Inquisitor, the lights from the candles dancing on the back of his head. He turns around slightly, his deep crimson red robe shimmering in the candlelight, as he looks over his shoulder. And Morrigan, you walk in. What do you look like now?
Iskil pretty much looks as though she's always looked. She is quite tall, about roughly just shy of 6 foot. Her hair is black, but is starting to show a little bit of sort of grain on the temples. This is due to the stress of, everything that she's actually been through. Basically, her mouth is still sewn shut by the sort of rough sort of twine sort of type substance. Scar running down her face. She's wearing black body armor. It is under what is essentially a sort of leather sort of bodysuit. She has her equipment. Small of her back holds a personal shield generator. She has a holster with a las pistol that is basically still factory, still has its factory smell on it. She is currently carrying a force lance. And whenever you sort of notice her, that although she's always been a very cynical, sort of very reserved looking person, you sort of get a feeling that she's moving a bit slower, bit depressed, you sort of say, and she just moves to the side of the room, slightly towards a kind of darkened area. But within sight of the Inquisitor, gives a bow and basically waits for the others to come in.
Beautiful. You get an inspiration point. And Eriok.
Eriok Lothos, he enters. He is clad in blue robes, over which he has a black cloak. A blue turban is wound around his head, covering up his cybernetics there. Still visible, though, is his new bionic leg to his left. He has also started to use a cane, despite the fact that his bionic leg works fine. There seems to be some psychological remnant. His aged face is cut with lines and white hair and a beard. His hands are permanently stained with ink blots here and there. He seems tired, and he gives a respectful bow to the Inquisitor, and to Morrigan, and to the Interrogator as he enters.
Alexandros.
Alexandros, wearing his customary hooded helmet and enforcer light carapace, has fresh bandages on his face, with only the mechanical blue light from his eyes that is seen. As he walks in, he simply greets the Lord Inquisitor and joins the others.
Nice. The Inquisitor just slowly turns around. Kane will walk across the floor. He just looks at you, and you can feel there's this deep hum of the ship in the background, and you can see as he turns around in his power armor. He is kind of pale and thin. He looks tired. Kane walks next to him, tall, with these beautiful robes, and Castor will walk in your direction. You have done well. Pater Grimm is secured. And as you look out the window, you will see the surface of Pater Grimm. A distance away. He motions with his glove out of the window. The Militarum reports full compliance within the estates, and their resistance was minimal. He nods in your direction. The Council, it seems, are not resisting our efforts. He's going to motion to the middle of the room as a holographic depiction shows up and begins to take shape. Expectations are many. You can see his hand shaking. And Kane will sort of slowly walk towards this mirage appearing in the room. He smiles in your direction. Several councillors have invoked ancient charters. They attempt to stop us, but none of them have claimed innocence. You seem to have made the right move. You will see a map of Pottergrim. You have done well. And on this overview first of the planet, it will fold out and you will see the various estates of the councilors. And Kane moves over as if he's picking up one of the little houses, but his hands move through the blue shapes. Now, which of the councillors should we bring in? What is your next step?
I believe I know who we should be targeting next. Ryok says that he moves up. He begins to manipulate the map above. I believe that we should be targeting the councillor known as Titus Pelambrans. As the information we received from Mr. Lucia Vale, he is in possession of a tablet of some import to our enigmatic foes. Another possible target might be Elias de Vreys, as he seems to be a personage of some interest to the organization, though we do not know why yet.
So
If I recall correctly, he might also have a tablet.
as you...
What do you call it? Morgan's going to take a step forward and say, you will remember that Palambreus is dead, correct?
Oh, well, my apologies, I have not quite accessed those records yet. Though I do believe that Miss Vale did tell us that he has one of the tablets.
No doubt at his estate.
So his estate might be a point of interest, while focusing on acquiring Elias de Vreys might be a capture target.
Well, there seems to have been some sort of incident with potential Eldari around his moon. Perhaps he'd be a little bit distracted or in need of assistance from the Astra Militarum. Doubt if we come out and just say, you know, what we want, he'll willingly give it up. But as I say, if they're causing a distraction, we may be able to use that.
Was he not one of the counselors on Patagrim?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
So he's not even on his moon right now.
Yes, but I doubt he carries the tablet with him.
Still, bringing
If
him
it's
in
so
for
important, I wouldn't leave
a
it behind.
interrogation or questioning might reveal some information. And he might have removed the tablet to his Patagrim villa in order to keep it hidden.
Well, I shall defer to your learned judgment.
It is also quite possible he's placed it in his most heavily guarded area, in which case it might be back on his moon.
Regardless, we must speak to him and figure out this location.
Quite so, quite so.
Okay, we're agreed.
As such, our recommendation is that we dispatch a team to the villa of Titus Pellimbris in order to ransack the place and see if we can locate the tablet, while we acquire and question De Vries.
The Archconfessor nods slowly as he turns the holographic image off. You've done well. And what of the lady? Shall we bring her in for interrogations now?
It might be wise to see if we can confirm some of the information she's already provided us to see how reliable she has been so far. Might be aid us in creating a... what is the word now again? Baseline?
She seems to have told us. She seems to have told the truth so far, but that's not to say that she isn't keeping some things back. And yeah, if we were able to find them, then we would probably be in a stronger position. So, I would suggest we keep her under lock and key for now.
The Inquisitor immediately looks in your direction. Lucia Vale is secured and cooperating, at least in the sense that she answers questions. She doesn't volunteer much. Perhaps you could bring it out of her.
Definitely worth this try while we have her.
Kane will raise a hand. She was not the architect of what the Council maintained. But with your mind, perhaps you can see something we have not yet. She is in the interrogation room.
Morgan will look to Alexandros and say, well, I suppose we may as well go now before she convinces herself of a different truth.
Lead on.
I believe I should stay back and observe this.
As you leave the door, the Archconfessor stops right next to you. You see the shimmering surfaces of the beautiful stone floor. As you step, it echoes through the room. You see the lights flicker next to the door. Remember, our priority is to save this sector. They are expendable. All of them. He closes the door behind you. And you, I assume, will, well, what do you do?
Do you require me to fetch any tools before you begin?
Picture recorder would be useful.
I shall see if I can manage this grand run up.
There's recording of voice and audio and visual.
Excellent.
Ariok heads up to see if we can find one of those.
Absolutely. The interrogation chamber has everything you need outside, and as you enter, you'll see Lucia standing by the window. And as she turns around, sits down voluntarily as you approach. She looks a bit defeated, but surprisingly friendly when you enter. She has long black hair cascading in these elegant waves, revealing this armor of red and gold. A luxurious dark cloak, leopard fur print. She reluctantly gives a smile as you enter.
Duchess, will we meet again? I hope that you have found these accommodations to be comfortable enough.
I assume that these are just formalities, and that I am not being accused of anything.
Nothing more than what we've already found out about you. We simply require the information of you and your fellow councilmen. What your goals were and what methods you were using.
She looks reluctant and in your direction. Folds her hands. I'm not refusing to cooperate. The council, we operate on knowledge. We are not obliged to say or to withhold information. If you're looking for a mastermind, you will not find it here. I was part of it, but there's little I know.
What are the tablets used for?
She frowned a bit. You can do an inquiry test at... Do you have any bonuses for speaking to nobles? Or
Speaking to nobles?
Important people.
No, not really.
Okay. Just an inquiry test.
2 degrees of failure.
She just slowly shakes her head. I can't seem to remember. If there's anything specific you would like me to know. Or perhaps you have a question for me?
The artifact that we first brought to your villa, where did you send that one?
Where did I send what?
The highly corrosive artifact that first gained us employee in your service.
The council orders me to receive and send packages. I don't know what's in them. And to be honest...
That was not my question, good lady. I asked you, where did you send it?
I don't deal with the specifics of where shipments go. You would have to search my records. I don't remember everything.
Miss Vale, this
Seems that you don't
very
remember a lot.
Well, unplausible, really.
You can do a
Do you
charm
not
or
know?
intimidate test at -20. Charm or intimidate -20.
Two degrees of failure.
I don't understand why you're asking all these questions. I already told you. I don't know. I was never involved in that.
Then who in your staff was?
No one.
Then how did you manage it all?
We handle the shipments. That's all. It's all automated. I don't deal with them directly.
Who automated it? Did you have a servitor?
Our
Computation
technicians.
device?
Of course.
Alright, and who would know the names of the people handling that?
You would have to search my estate. Everything is there, all the records. I'm sorry, I simply don't know all these details.
Alexandros is
Forgive
gonna summon
me.
his psychic might and cast telepathic link.
Cool. Then, she'll do an oppose test, and she fails terribly. So, you get 4 degrees of success. Meaning, as you look at her, you see her begin to close her eyes, and she looks down at this glowing lamp in front of her. Her face lights up with this orange deep glow. She looks back up and draws a deep breath. As you see her focus, you see an image in your mind of each senior councilor. 4 of them. They retain custody of a fragment. Lucia has a single thought. It's safer this way. And now she is happy that they decided to do it this way, by spreading the fragments. See that she has an image of her in her mind of the 4 councillors standing in the chamber. And you can hear her thinking of her next answer. She will say that she no longer has hers. It was removed. And if you recovered it, it's already out of her hands. She's thinking of the next answer. In the room, you see some people. You can try to recognize them. Do an intelligence test with -10.
Degrees success.
Whoa. Okay. So, for recovering a major clue, you will get back all of your spent fate points.
Nice.
So you can take all of your fate points back. Not the ones you burned, but the ones you spent. And you see her sitting in a room. There is a huge golden, like a tablet, on a pedestal. You see her sitting there. She gets up, her robe sloped behind her. The other person has some mechanical augmentations. She looks up. It's a middle-aged man. He has short, dark hair, some grey in his hair. She looks down. He has a dark robe with his gold trim. You recognize him as Elias de Rees. Elias de Rees. Next to him, you will see Palimbres. He is very pale. It's almost like shining in this dark room. He walks slowly up to the middle of this pillar. His eyes radiate this calculating intensity. He has a high-colored robe, dark blue, and he looks in Lucia's direction. He nods. Finally, on the other side, you will see Thort, Raphael Thort. He has an ornate cogwheel with tithe grades around his neck. He has a loose robe and He walks up to the platform and he inserts the tablet. You will see this large tome begin to shift, and then the scene disappears. It just turns black. Lucia Whale opens her eyes. For the rest of you, this just took 1 second. A single second. But, Alexandros, you have seen. You have seen them use the keys.
Do you disseminate this information?
Not just quite. Alexandros stares at Lucia. What do the tablets open?
As she opens her eyes, she looks reluctant. She breathes deeply. Do a Forbidden Lore Heresy test. Forbidden Lore Heresy -20. To gain some advantage on this question. Or you can do a logic test -20.
Not to do the logic test.
1 degree of success.
Ooh.
He's not told anyone yet.
So Ariok, as we begin to question her, she speaks out of turn one time. When you mention the heresy and how she must have observed the other councilors using them, because you've already captured the keys, so you know about them, and you explain it in such a detail that she has to just go along with it, providing undeniable evidence that they exist. She begins explaining. They're not keys in the mechanical sense, at least I don't think so. They're proofs of our continuity. There is some warp quality to the device, I think. Without them, the tower doesn't respond correctly. It wouldn't fail immediately, but it opens the device, some form of communication. They speak with someone. I thought it was foul heresy from the beginning. I refused to take part in it. She looks hopefully back to Morrigan.
Morgan's just going to sit and look at her and say, "You had one of these keys, correct?"
Oh, I heard a voice. It was something from a different world. It sounded like Xenos. As soon as I heard it, I closed my ears. I held my hands in front of my ears, and I closed my eyes.
Why don't you stop lying to us and just tell us what Elias, Councilor, why is he in contact with the Eldar?
Do a scrutiny test, -20.
And what do you call it? She'll carry on and say, I mean, he is the one in gold and black, the black cloak with gold trim, is he not?
An expression of complete confusion and insult forms on her face. She looks at you in horror.
Success with 2 additional.
While she looks at you. No. I mean...
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because I've seen him do it.
She breathes deeply. Then I don't know what we were doing. We were told that the tower predates everything. We were told to maintain the order.
But you decided to go poking about?
No. I only did what I was told. This device, it was inherited. It wasn't designed. We didn't build it. We just maintained it. Never learned
The
what
purpose.
it was. The purpose is to communicate with those who maintain the sector. Those who protect us.
So you're saying that this is used to contact the Imperium? Is that what you're saying? Because it certainly looks as though you weren't doing that. Why don't you stop beating about the bush and actually tell us exactly what happened? And if it deviates...
I thought it was the Inquisition. I thought it was you.
Lies.
Why would you describe it earlier as, well, they're committing foul heresy? Are you accusing the Inquisition of being a heretical organization, Miss Vale?
You get an inspiration point. Miss Vale looks at you and turns pale. No? What? No!
I mean, that is the only way that you can construct the meaning of your words. We have it
You said-
here on recording and Witnesses 3.
You said the voice sounded Xenos. Obviously, it won't be from the Inquisition if it's from the voice sounded as a Xenos.
It was a device. I thought we could communicate with anyone. I thought the alien voice was some kind of interference. That perhaps they were listening.
No. Mister, you describe this as heretical.
The device itself. Yes. But I thought
Morgan's
the ones who
gonna-
looked over us, I thought it was you. All along.
Morgan's
So
going to
you
look
are
at Alex
accusing
and
the Inquisition of committing heresy, or that you believed it would. That the Emperor's own chosen agents would commit such foul deeds?
Do an Intimidate test -20 or a Forbidden Lore Xenos test at -30.
And while
You begin asking more and more questions, and she describes the voice, she describes the device, what it looks like. This is to try to get that information out of her.
Success with 3 additional degrees of success.
She will answer, I was never told that word. I just heard references. They spoke of a non-human continuity, some external harmonics, something in the sector that was sleeping. And they, our watchers, keep it dormant. As long as we do the right things, as long as no one knows, as long as no one looks in the wrong places, then everything will be all right. At least, that's what they told me. I don't know how much of it was true.
And
These-
the one specific, that would be whom told you this?
Palambrace. He knew more than us. He spoke to them. He oversaw the tithe collections, the legal proceedings. In the Bastion.
So they are
you're
also
saying-
diverting the Emperor's tithe to this project?
At least some of it has been siphoned off.
And you knew of this. Interesting. Eric says he's been scribbling this entire conversation, and he makes a very pointed scribble. Stolen
told
the
me-
Emperor's tithe.
They told me this was organized by the Inquisition. I heard the voice of an Inquisitor.
Whose voice?
She looks around, confused. If I heard the voice again, I could tell you.
But
It was
how
a
do you
dark
know it was
voice.
the voice of an Inquisitor? After all, they come
All
in
of the
many
councilors
shapes.
confirmed to me. His identity had been confirmed. They spoke to him for a long time, years. They knew him.
But you did not.
So you're saying that you would remember his voice if you heard it again?
Yes!
So you remember his voice?
She nods.
And I'm going to try a telepathic link with her.
She feels it does.
Okay, I'm going to seek for a memory in which she will hear this voice.
And which voice is that?
Pardon?
Which voice is that?
What do you call it? I am going to see whether or not it is the voice of our Inquisitor, whether or not it is the voice of the other Inquisitor, Icarus, or I believe we heard the voice of an Inquisitor from the Ordo Kronos.
Yep. As you play, as you recollect the scene with the Inquisitor carries road, you see her look in your direction. Was that you? I just saw him.
And I'm just going to carry on with the other two.
Miss Bailey, I'm discussing him. It wouldn't be weird if, well, the face, the voice would pop into your head at this point now, would it? After all, if somebody told you a thing about pink rocks, of course, they will appear in your mind.
She looks at you, Morgan. It was him. I'm sure of it.
Okay. Is there any way to ascertain whether or not she is telling a fib?
Could you screw
No.
Well, you've got the telepathic link going.
You could do a scrutiny test at plus 20.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Okay, I'm going to re-roll that. Yes, I can find my sheet. Sorry. If anyone else wants to ask any questions while I'm dealing with a really slow connection.
Was there some sort of a hierarchy amongst the other councillors?
She
You said Palambrace knew more. He spoke to the voice more often. What about Thort and De Vries?
She
considered your superiors in this?
She shakes her head. No. I would never let someone like him. I mean, he's honorable in his way. But I know so much. Thort is not my superior in any sense of the word. His mistresses have divulged more than he could ever think to fear. I know everything about him. He's cheating his way into the Imperial Guard service, gained a high position in the Administratum with bribes, wealth inherited from his father's mining chapter. It's all a lie. No. If anything, Thord was the lowest of us all.
So Morgan has... Sorry, Morgan, what do you call, failed her scrutiny test. So she's going to allow this to continue for a little bit longer. That is, keeping the telepathic link up. So if you have any more questions, go for it.
I believe. Did I mishear you when you mentioned that he had some sort of mistresses that were controlling him?
Many.
Would this be the sort of mistresses as in lovers, or would this be the mistresses as in a female superior?
She frowns. Mistresses in the direct interpretation of the word.
The first one or the second one? I gave you two definitions, Miss Vale.
To this, Morgan.
She smiles.
To this.
Let's just say, Thord is a hungry man.
So,
And you said you know everything about him. So do you know where he keeps the tablet?
She folds her hands. He runs a blackmail ring. He would never allow the tablet out of his hands. If you find him, you will find the tablet. I am willing to bet my inheritance on it.
I hope you're willing to bet your life then.
She flinches, looks away. You can't miss him. He's always wearing his silly cogwheel. She sort of slumps back in the seat.
Also, Mistress Vale, when was the last time you saw your relic? Your tablet.
She forms a confused expression. You've already seized it.
Yes, I just wish to construct a timeline of events.
You came into my manse. You killed my servants. And then I willingly joined you. Then you took the tablet.
again, that is not what he asked. He said, when was the last time that you seen the tablet? And with this, you're going to feel a coldness go through the room, and she's going to use her telepathic link to speak directly to Miss Vale and say, I would, if I were you, start being a little bit more cooperative, or I will shut you in a darkened room for the next 3,000 years in your own head. It'll seem like 3,000 years, but for us, it'll be a second.
You can do an intimidate test if you want. She looks up and shakes her head. It must have been many months ago. As I said.
And with possible, I'm going to re-roll that with a fate point.
Another question. What was the purpose of burying these artifacts, Petrogrim?
Oh, even worse. Jesus. Sorry, Phil again.
scrutiny test at -10, Alexandros.
Three degrees of success.
I was a custodian. Our power relies on our technology. We receive shipments. They are employed. She sort of slumps. Zax Holston. He brings them through Precinct 13 in Vasuna Regis, a fortified courthouse. Raphael. She blinks again, just looking out into the room. The judge. He makes sure anyone who speaks up is crushed. They have complete control of Juno. My inheritance. My ancestors' home is nothing but a shipping station. And I am forced to comply.
So, you mentioned this judge and the Councilor arbitrator Zax Holston. Are they also part of this gathering, but without the tablets?
She looks at you standing in the darkness, or sitting across from her, leaning forward. We serve the prefect. The amount of work and effort needed to keep this sector intact, you wouldn't begin to understand. If we don't do what we're supposed to do, this sector will tear itself apart.
And you know this based off of a voice.
The longer you barricade my world, the more likely it is that this sector will be irreparably damaged.
Who are the creatures that you and your compatriots have been smuggling in, factor into all of this?
These minor heresies are yours to consider. If you're willing to destroy this sector to stop illicit trade, then the whole of the Imperium will fall.
Miss Vale, I do beg your pardon, but do try to pay attention. I did not ask you to stop. I asked you to explain what your purpose was in bringing in this disease that mutates humans. You really need to pay more attention. It is like teaching a 5-year-old.
She looks confused. I've never brought in any disease. What are you talking about?
Xenomutation virus that has been acting up. You posted bounties on several of their...
I know that the virus exists. I know. But I had no part in it. We can tell
So you have no part in the virus. You only follow the commands for these smuggling operations. You don't know what the purpose is or why you do it. You just do it as you're told.
And she follows the orders of a dead man who is the ringleader of it all.
She starts folding her hands, looks more reserved. I'm aware of the pathogen. Calling it a virus is wrong. It's designed to kill. It was designed by someone. The same people or entities that tried to control me. Now are you going to help me? I didn't design it. I didn't deploy it. I had no part in it. She's going to lean back, folding her hands. My role was administrative. Funding, jurisdiction, and allowing them to operate on my world. That is it.
Since you did administrative work, can we assume that you kept records and receipt over the movement of the money and administrative work, and that it's found in your villa?
Yes! That's what I've been trying to tell you. She leans forward again.
My next question is, have you had any contact with the Lord High Controller General Avak Numenor?
She frowns. I've heard the name. Perhaps he's the one who made it. The pathogen. I wouldn't be surprised from the things I've heard.
Why would that not surprise you?
I've heard that he likes to experiment. I've heard that he's a heretic.
You apparently heard a lot of heresy, yet never reported it.
The Mechanicus on Partigrim knows all of this. I assumed it was common knowledge.
A common knowledge heresy is not worthy of reporting.
Partigrim operates on its own rules. It is owned by the Council.
Partigrim, Miss, is part of the Imperium of Man. It does not garner special exemption just because it happens to be your home.
She raises her eyebrows, distraught. Welcome to reality. This is what the Imperium runs on. Not your purity. On necessity. We're the ones keeping the Imperium afloat. Not you.
Heresy rots the Imperium so thoroughly. Sometimes what is needed is a complete and utter cauterization of the affected area. If heresy has become so common as you yourself seem to be witnessing,
I have shared everything I know with you. I'm beginning to think, no matter what I say,
what is needed.
No matter what I say, you're going to crucify me. I have told you that I did what I thought was necessary to keep this sector alive.
I've heard enough. Obviously, this moon is riddled with heresy, one that cannot be taken out, cannot be cut out. I feel, gentlemen, that the only way forward is to cauterize the entire wound.
Yes, especially since Miss Vale here hasn't given us any alternative.
Yes, I do believe the manifest does show us having enough exterminatus great weaponry on board to, well, it might take a while, the entire cauterization of Parigrim.
Perhaps you'll be more cooperative after that. If not, then you said you were good at administrative roles? Servitorization?
She turns completely red. You can see her just staring at you with this deathly stare. You won't do that.
Watch me.
Partigrim is a stabilizing world. If you remove it, consequences will ripple through the entire sector. You don't know what you're doing.
Neither do you.
That's a hard shock to the system rather than the slowly corrupting tendons of Partigrimian heresy.
You are proposing the collapse of a system you haven't mapped, that you don't understand. She will stand up from the chair. You're reckless. Now, I might not know much about what you do or how you operate, but I know a thing or two about administrating a world and keeping things afloat.
You know, I actually once used to serve a man who said that he knew about keeping a world intact, about keeping a world in order. He was a minister. You would have absolutely loved him. Remember the ecclesiarchy? Vile man. He thought it was, what he called, really important to keep his world intact too, right up until there was an incident, which means my homeworld is no longer here. Do you think I care about yours?
Everything we did was to keep Pottergrim intact. Not pure. Intact.
And
Yes.
that was your first error.
You think destruction is leverage? On me?
I don't. I'm simply stating the facts.
You will see her personality shift. She now looks almost maniacal, angry, authoritative. She's standing in front of you and projecting her authority in your direction. If Pottergrim falls, whatever you've contained there, whatever you're looking for, will seek its home elsewhere.
And how would you know that?
You're not very good at your job, are you? You don't
Seems like
even
I
know which fragment was meant to be recovered. You don't know what you're looking for.
Seems like you do, so you've just told me what I want to know.
And I can tell you that the virus was deployed specifically on Pottergrim to keep me under control. I could have been your ally, but you chose to attack me. You chose to destroy the only seed of hope you have.
I highly doubt that.
What would your Inquisitor think of this? He will wish to speak with me later. Do you think burning my home will make me talk?
Tell him everything.
I will tell him how you threatened to destroy a world of boundless wealth. Tides that spread through the entire Imperium.
Hides that you gave to an unknown entity instead of sending to the Imperium. A planet covered with a xenovirus, filled with xenoarchetype.
Also, not only
A
that,
world
but
that needs cleansing.
De Vries organized the building. De Vries stole the tithes. His
You said-
operation is on Chaldean. You're looking for him, not me.
You try to play ignorant, but your heresy is still heresy if you're ignorant of its details.
We did ask you earlier about this pathogen, and yet you failed to mention it was sent to contain you. Miss Vale, you have proven to be elusive, deceptive.
unreliable.
That too, though. I was coming to that point, dear Morgan.
Sorry, I just thought I'd speed it along.
All in good time. We are
Enough of your
not that
theatrics.
rushed. You sit here casting anger at us, yet what can save Pottergrim here, what can save the sector at large, is your full cooperation. Not your elusiveness, not your attempts to shield yourself. If you truly are what you claim to be, a protector, a servant of the Imperium, a noble of its high houses, you must cease this posturing and attempt to cushion your actions. The only way to save yourself and Pottergrim is complete and total honesty. Do not keep things back.
She turns pale, looks at the door. All right. Stop. Ask what you need.
We will require any passwords, any access codes to any location of hidden data caches. We will require you to provide us with all pieces of information, whether you consider them important or trivial, about your fellow co-conspirators. You will detail each of these necessary heresies. You will direct us to any hidden resources or assets you still possess.
She sinks down in front of you. Who do you wish to know about? Zax? Elias? Titus?
Let us begin with the Rye.
She blinks a couple of times, her loyalty and friendship with the Rees dying in her eyes. She just raises her eyebrows. There is something. The Rees told me of a laboratory. Something they call worm blood. Apparently. He has a lab. Perhaps he's researching it. I don't know. I didn't dare to ask.
And the location of this laboratory?
It's in a sub-basement archive. In his man's.
At his estate?
She nods.
What sort of defensive emplacements, if any, do you know of?
None. But you must know the security codes. I will share them with you. If you promise to give me a word with your Inquisitor.
I am very disappointed in you, Miss Vale. I thought you had finally reached an understanding of the situation here. You are not to make demands.
Please, don't destroy my world, my home. Please.
As I have claimed before, Miss Vale, the only way to save Pottergrim is your complete and total cooperation. That is the only chance it has.
She nods. Yes, I know.
Then cease these childish demands and let us get back to it. The security codes.
She nods, and she will share her the code to her hidden records in her vault, containing everything involving her private study of the rendezvous with the other councilors and the conspiracy with the Eldar. She sighs. The astrogation chart. It's in my private study. Your men have already found it. It plots regular meetings with a cloaked Eldar vessel. It has a void route extending beyond Juno. I was able to track it, but I think you could find it. But I wasn't able to find its exact location. There is something else. The Reese. There is something called Ash Zone 9. I have the gate passcode. They're building something. The ones they're communicating with. Some form of base of operations. She will give you the passcode.
Did she give us the passcodes for the security of the sub-basement laboratory?
Yep. And the passcode to the Reese base. These are my own distrust of my fellow councilors. This is everything I know.
I have 2 final questions for you. The first, what do these Eldar look like?
She blinks quickly. I don't know.
Markings, anything.
They are tall.
Not physical appearance.
Magnificent. Impressive. Daunting. Incomprehensible.
Heraldry?
Yes.
And what does it look like?
She just shakes her head. They look like us. Only more pure. Like they've had rejuvenate treatments. They're young. Healthy.
Markings on their armor?
I don't know. I only saw their face.
So you look, they've been through rejuvenate treatments. Okay. Final question. Why did you not report any of this?
I thought I did. I told
Come.
everything.
Come now.
Carriers Road. Inquisitor Carriers Road. He's the one I was working for. And then your Inquisitor contacted me, and I told him everything. We made a pact.
When did you come in contact with our Inquisitor?
When you arrived to our planet.
And I believe that we have attempted to get the answer of this question beforehand, but I ask you to answer this properly this time. By what name do you know our Inquisitor by?
No name. He called me to the ship. I arrived. He showed me everything. I know. I know why you're here. And I want to help. She takes off her amulet around her neck. I want you to have this. It belonged to my father. When I have proved that Patergrim serves the Imperium, and I have proved my purity, I wish for you to purge all of this heresy. Return it to me. She puts it on the table. I have only ever wanted to serve you. Palambrace. Palambrace was the head of the operation. If you must know, he spoke of a stellar wreck beyond Juno. The coordinates were blacklisted. No one else knew. He was financing these expeditions, charting. They kept disappearing, as if flying into a black void. And there was someone on Chaldean. That's where the money was going. They're building something on Chaldean.
This Ash So 9 you mentioned.
Yes, that's where they're building the old RBs. Well, unless anyone has any further questions, I believe we should let Miss Veal rest.
I believe that I have asked all the questions I need for now. I shall have some parchment delivered to you, so that you may write down any more information that you might recollect.
As you leave the room, the lady will murmur behind you. I thought I was speaking with you. Perhaps there's someone in the Inquisition you need to speak to. She tries to hold you back as you leave.
Do you have any way to contact this person then? That you believe that we need to speak to?
They contact me. And if you let me return, perhaps they'll contact me again. Then I will let you know.
How did they contact you?
They arrived out of nothing.
And how did you establish they were from the Inquisition?
The Rosette. The servants. They made things happen. They were doing things for us. Icarus, the other Inquisitor. I believe he planned this. I can't prove it. But I feel as though I was set up. You can see these tears beginning to build in her eyes. I thought I was speaking to you. The Inquisition.
And we shall do all we can to confirm your story, Miss Vale.
But you were speaking to him, is that correct?
She nods.
Well, if anything else occurs to you, please write it down and contact one of our agents on ship.
As you enter the corridor, you again hear the murmuring of the ship's engines.
I believe we must quickly contact the Inquisitor and double check so that he did not have a meeting with the Duchess.
Agreed.
Morgan will be on the comm bead saying to what he called the security, basically the security detail, to basically keep her under close guard. She is to have no communication with absolutely anyone whatsoever, under no circumstances.
Excellent.
Do we have an encrypted channel down to the ground team at her estate? So they may receive
yes.
the security codes.
Anything you can do out of character now if you would like. Anything you want to organize, anything you want to do. So you can spend a little bit of time based on this new information. What kind of actions would you like to be taken on part of
I would like
Councilor?
the team to hold off until Llewellyn can accompany them in.
From on the cruiser?
What do you call it? The team on the ground. So that is after she's informed of the Inquisitor that she was speaking to.
Yeah.
By the way, did I hear it right that it was it Carius Rhodes or Icarus?
This is the same person.
We also should inform the Inquisitor that he might have a colleague working the case already.
Or manipulating events.
That too.
I think he's probably aware.
Well, assumptions sometimes lead to great misunderstanding. I will type up a quick report of what we gathered here today, and I will ensure that it reaches his hands.
Excellent.
Very good.
Anything else you want to do?
Arioki spends, as I said, time, writing up the report.
Awesome.
And then, making sure that it reaches the hand of the Inquisitor.
Nice.
I would have got in contact with Llewellyn, asked her to accompany the ground team and to personally vet everyone that's going on it.
Okay. So, do an influence test, please. With a flat roll.
Oh, finally I succeed with one.
Nice. So, Llewellyn will take a team of Scion stormtroopers inspecting all of the teams that raid the mansions, making sure you gather everything you need.
And making sure that their loyalty is 100%.
Make sure they also have all the codes they need.
Yes. And as we begin to gain more information, more and more information will begin trickling in, slowly but surely. There's an intelligence report in Raphael Thort II's private study. It is quite detailed about the troop details and morale, and it describes deserters from Chaldean's men, Dere's private army. He seems to be arming them using much of the smuggled weaponry. And one of the deserters has been interrogated. You also find a draft letter in his desk, in Raphael Thort's desk. You can do a Forbidden Lord Heresy test -30. All of this information will come to the cruiser. Any of you can do a Forbidden Lord -30 test.
Spending my inspiration to read all that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
5 degrees of failure.
I've passed on my bad luck to you.
No, I have inherited it. Bad luck, damn you!
Uh-oh. Yeah. You, the information is searched through. You don't get anything useful from it. There is a private vault that they are trying to break into in Raphael Thor's manse. Again, you can personally do this, but you've elected to have teams do it for you. It's up to you whether you want to deploy to these places. It's up to you. What do you want to do? Let Llewellyn handle it. Let Llewellyn handle it, or do you want to join them?
Gotta stretch your legs.
This was a strike against De Vries, right?
Raphael Thort.
Thort might actually have his copy of the tablet on his person.
Right.
So that is a very high priority target.
Yes, they went after him first, so that's why you're getting this first. And Thort has been captured as well.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
I say we go down, see if we can assist in getting through the door.
Excellent. Then, yep. You take
On
off.
the way down.
Mhm.
On the way down, what he called Morgan's gonna just sort of turn to them and say, "So, I'm assuming you're all briefed on who Icarus is, yes?"
I have not yet been granted that information.
Neither have I.
Really should read the reports.
They are still outside of my classification, unfortunately.
Bypassing the port entirely, you will land with an inquisitorial ship on House Thought, and obviously you have no subtlety left whatsoever. Please roll a D100 event die.
I've been rolling high all day.
Everyone knows.
20.
Everyone knows that you're coming and who's coming. 20. Very nice. You're going to see several battles going on with ships the closer you get to the planet. There are small skirmishes going off as rebellions are taking place, people are taking up arms. Some of the houses are resisting. However, Death Watch teams have been sent to the estates, and resistance is futile for the councilors themselves. The surrounding troops, however, are putting up a fight, and in the distance, sort of a few kilometers out from the estate, you can see explosions, huge billowing clouds of smoke, gunfire, as the Imperium is attacking their local forces. And they are being decimated. As you land on Thort's manse, it is large. There's a landing platform, and I'm going to assume you will use that for your ship. And
Yes.
upon landing, some of the guards remain cooperative. This estate is kind of small. It's on a sort of tropical ledge, and it has this beautiful view on top of a mountain. And you look out, it has a bridge that you walk up to, and walking across it you will enter this almost like a bunker in the mountains. Two Imperial guards stand ready by the door. You will see blasts, impacts from the ships that have been firing on the estate, and You can see some holes in the wall and some smoke and so on. One of the guards greets you and opens the gate. As you enter, you look up. The lights are on in the mansion, and you will be informed that Thort is on the top floor.
Excellent, most excellent.
So as she's, Morgan's gonna continue on past the guard, making her way to the top floor, and will basically finish off speaking to her two colleagues by saying, so, long and short is, he was one of us. He's now a rogue inquisitor. He's killed many of our team. Extremely dangerous.
Nods. You'll be informed that Thort is waiting in his bedroom in the top floor. Upon arriving, he is sitting on a sofa. There is an Imperial Guard in the room. Raphael looks out of place, sort of sitting alone, slumped up against the wall. As you come walking in, it's kind of a sad scene. He looks disarmed in every sense of the word. And he barely acknowledges you as you come walking in.
Yes. Allow me to make a quick identification. You are Court Councilor Raphael Thort II, correct?
When will this farce end?
Well, for it to end, we must first properly begin. Can you confirm your identity, sir?
He looks annoyed. I am Raphael Thort II, Court Councilor of Juno, the Vasuna Regis Chancellery. Conclatio and Actus.
Most excellent. And we may begin. Another one. Have your person been searched, and have you been disarmed by any weaponry or other superfluous personal effects?
Yes.
I turn towards the guard. Would you happen to have the items here, or a list of them?
The guard will bring you all of the items in question and the full report. Raphael looks annoyed as you receive the papers. If you're here to extract a confession, you misunderstand my role.
Confession? We don't need a confession from you. We already know what you've done.
Ariok scans the documents and sees if he can find a mention of the tablet.
Excellent. You search his notes. There is a private vault in the reliquary, in the estate reliquary. The servants have your meditarum have chosen not to enter yet, waiting for your approval and how you want to do it.
We require access to your vault.
Raphael looks at you. And what if I refuse?
Then your refusal will just be added on top of the rest of your crimes.
I thought you already knew everything.
Investigation is in violation of the Lectio Imperialis, subsection 4, chapter 5, line 10 through 15, as well as 53 more passages.
Sharpened eyes, he looks up. Don't you think I already know that? I am a judge.
And as a judge, would it not be, well, prudent of you to follow the law?
Provided you're doing the same. What exactly am I accused of?
It's quite a list.
Let's just start off with the most blatant one, heresy.
By your Inquisitor.
Not only by your... There have been witnesses and statements, as well as evidence, showing up that you have participated in possible heresy, faith diversion, blackmailing, as well as several other more or less serious infractions.
So you're acting on the Inquisitor's authority?
Of course.
Please roll a, or actually, no, that's fine. Okay. So, he will get up, and he will join you. Down into the basement. He stands in front of the vault, and you will see the door slowly open as he enters the passcode. You enter the vault, and it is well lit. Raphael went outside. He gives you the passcode for the inner vault. Anyone can do an Archaeotech test at -20. Upon seeing a strange device hidden behind some of the family relics. So the room is very dark, and you see all kinds of urns and paintings and all these things sort of in a stack in the corner of the room. You'll see something strange. Any of you can do this test. Forbidden Lore, Archaeotech.
Or in Forbidden Lore.
Forbidden Lore, Archaeotech, -20. You can't roll if you don't have a skill.
Morgan is, if she actually sort of spots something out of the corner of her eye, she's going to actually sort of have a look around the room and go, you know what, on second thoughts, why don't you come in and open it?
Undignified.
I know, but let's just do it anyway, shall we?
You're forcing me to surrender my family's relics to you?
No,
To the Inquisition.
we're asking you to allow us to peruse them.
Here they are, in all of their glory. This belonged to my great-grandfather. He established rule on Chaldee. You will begin going through the memorabilia one by one.
And whenever they get to the door, she's going to say, and what's through there? More trinkets or something a little bit more tasteful?
Well, why don't you see for yourself?
Oh, thank you. Please, after you. After all, it is your home.
He opens the safe. You see a small golden tablet inscribed with sigils. It's on a pillow. Raphael tries to close the door. This tablet is valueless to you,
But
For me, it
credits-
holds some sentimental value. It's an old relic.
1 of 4
Would you mind
used
if
to
I...
operate another device.
As you say, one
Yes,
of
we're
4.
aware.
As you say, 1 of 4. His face darts in your direction with a reptilian response. 1 of 4 what?
Tablets. You, Lucia Vale, Helen Bride, and De Vries. All old one.
He forms it.
I do not quite understand how you thought to escape the watchfly of the Inquisition, but that is proof of your see no heresy.
I deny any and all accusations.
Of course you do.
Isn't it a good thing that we don't deal in denials or accusations?
As you retrieve the tablet, it is golden plated. You can see his visible annoyance.
Are there any markings on the tablet?
Yes. It is inscribed. It has these strange symbols that you've never seen before, and you can try to do a lore test for heraldry. Scholastic lore heraldry.
Oh, scholastic. 1 degree of additional success.
Very nice. This sigil, as you when you confirm it and interview Raphael back and forth, it's a sigil that belongs to the Dominion, and the Dominion is not exactly defined. He will begin to lawyer his way around it, but it seems to be someone who has closer contact with the ones who are giving them orders and controlling the councilors.
Is that the one that orders the assassinations, or is that you personally working for them?
You can do an interrogation or intimidate us at -10.
Success with 5 additional.
So what exactly do you do to intimidate him?
Well, she's just gonna lean forward. Her little Vox recorder is gonna go, and then it's gonna just come on, and it's gonna be on a sort of low growl, and it's just gonna be, so, are they the ones that order you to carry out the assassination of councillors, or are you the one that's working to try to gain their favor?
It would seem as though this is the end of the road. You have decided to end it all. My only fear is that you don't know what you're beginning, but I think you know what you're going to end. So, I don't see any purpose in withholding this anymore. We all ordered him to be killed because he broke our oath. He broke the agreement we had with him. And he endangered the entire sector.
So you were doing it for the greater good.
If I'm to be honest, I was doing it for my own honor.
Is that the same honor that you had in the guard?
I beg your pardon.
You were in the Imperial Guard, correct?
A long, long time ago.
Mm.
Since then,
Sir?
I have
Sir?
many acolytes.
Yes. Apparently you served with distinction there too.
That is correct.
Pity it's all nonsense.
He draws breath.
Oh, I'm
Nothing
sorry.
that you can prove. And proof is everything.
But you see, I do have proof from your very own lips. And she's going to slide across the recording from before. Do you not remember giving this interview with my colleagues
He
previously?
looks frantically down on the recorder. This must be some form of forgery. I never said those things.
You did, it's just you don't remember saying them. And you also said many, many more things.
I have never spoken to you before in my life.
No, as I said, my colleagues, who then proceeded to have you mind wiped.
His eyes dart around the room. He then just goes mute. You'll find more things. Huh?
Did you honestly think that this was the first time the Inquisition had spoken to you?
He looks confused, back and forth. And you're telling me that what you're doing is not heresy?
Actually, the method of mind wiping potential suspects and or false observation are approved by the Lex Imperialis in at least 3 chapters.
And
Of course, it's only those organizations that are qualified to do so under the blessing of the Lords of Terra that are able to do so.
and bearing in mind, you also asked us to do it.
He looks into the chamber. You know my character well. That is something I would do. Very well. You have won. Does that please you?
Depends what the trophy is.
I'm sure it does. The trophy, perhaps.
The security of the sector itself.
Awesome. You get an inspiration point. The reward, I assume, is the confiscation of my family heraldry for your own enjoyment. I admit,
Nothing.
you have outwitted me.
Nothing as base as that. Please, sir. No. Our trophy is the stabilization of the imperial realm of Patagrim.
He nods.
I mean, you even put forward some qualifications yourself to run the place. Admittedly, you hastily withdrew them afterwards, but...
It seems we have nothing more to speak of.
There might be very much that we can learn. There is more you can do to serve the Imperium.
Why? You've already won. You know everything.
We need to confirm that we know everything. In addition, there have been time that passed since the earlier interview, and now, who knows what you might have learned since.
And in fact, at that exact moment, an Imperial Guardsman will enter the room with a folder. It's an agreement found in the Trade Archive. Any of you, as you just search through the folder, you can do a commerce test at -10.
Oh one additional degree of success.
Awesome. Eriok, you grab the folder and quickly skim through it, extracting all useful information. The agreement is it seems to be a secret agreement with the Ascalon Trade Guild, granting Thort, probably to transport goods or something else of use, granting him access to the convoy schedules. Several convoys carry restricted Chaldean freight, and Raphael has been granted this exclusive right. You will see the convoy schedules, and for unlocking a major clue, you all regain 1 fate point. There is also another courier's log in the records. Any of you can do a Forbidden Lore Xenos, -20.
Five additional
Two-
degrees.
2 on my
5 additional.
Damn. Yeah, no, this courier's log is easy for you to skim through. It shows logs of Thort intercepting a sealed container that was meant for Lucia Vale. It is marked with Eldar glyphs.
What was the purpose of this here? Where did you store this intercepted package?
Slightly annoyed, he raises his shoulders. My own curiosity led me to investigate my associate, Lucia Vale. I found this and thought nothing more of it. Whatever petty agreements she has to smuggle artifacts is only a small part in the agreement that keeps the sector together, which you seem so intent on destroying.
You keep on speaking as if this heresy is all that is keeping the sector together. How come? What is it that...
Because you don't know what you're unveiling. You don't know what we're containing. Once
Then
you
why
release
have
it,
you not told us so?
once
what
you release it,
the-
you will have another fight on your hands. The reason we don't indulge it is because we can't.
Could it potentially be underground?
He raises an eyebrow. It could indeed.
Quite
And
ancient.
what is it?
I am
What is
bound
this?
to not say.
Bound. By what?
Things more powerful than anything on this world right now.
The
The
Emperor?
Eldar, right?
He looks to the door. If you wish to kill me, then I wish that you do it here in my own home. At least grant me this last piece of dignity. And I can tell you that what we're hiding is more powerful than even your Inquisitor, and more necessary for his continued existence. If you continue on this path, you will unveil what will destroy this sector and perhaps all of the Imperium. You don't know the service that we have done for you.
Could it
Then
be
elaborate your service. If we understand from your point of view what you have been doing, then perhaps we won't interfere at all.
He smiles
Maybe
to
we'll
himself.
agree with you.
He smiles. I'm not the right person to ask. But you're on the right path. If you follow the crumbs, you will find them. But you will wish that you didn't.
Would this perhaps be...
I don't know what they are.
creature?
I don't know what they are. I've never seen them. I have only received orders. That is all. I have
Who
seen
has
the
given you the
demonstration.
orders?
I have seen the demonstration of their powers. I have seen what they do, and I have heard their voices. That is all.
And what do their voices sound like? Where did you see this demonstration? What was this demonstration?
They can kill anyone and lift and bury anything with their words alone. They have shown us the end of what would happen if we didn't cooperate, and what would happen if we did.
She's going to lean forward, just
they
folding her
have
hand.
killed in front of us. They have granted life in front of us. They have granted us everything we wish and taken it away in an instant. That is the demonstration of their power.
And this led you to allow them to spread heresy, spread a contagion.
Heresy or death, which do you choose?
Death.
Then you and I have nothing in common. I value human life. I value this world.
Which seemed
If
that
you're
you
unable to
value
take
life.
decisions that involve life and death, then you're not fit to rule.
You value
Yet
your
choices
life.
has-
Let us not beat about the bush.
He laughs to himself. Ah, yes. Here comes the moral lecture. The moral lecture for men who kill from their own volition, their own feelings. Do you feel that I am a heretic? Don't lecture
It's
me.
not a
Don't
sort of
lecture me
feeling,
on
more
morality.
empirical
I-
Your
evidence.
morality is invented and fickle. You're inventing it as you stand in front of me. There is
I
nothing
have no
written.
morality. I
Exactly.
do it because I enjoy it.
Exactly.
I know what I am.
Oh, I know. I know.
And I know what you are. A coward.
Keep telling yourself that.
I
I'm
don't
sure
have
it
to.
makes you sleep
You
well at
have.
night. You are the ones uprooting millennia of human history, human rule, human dominion. And for what? If we don't take part in the power play of the galaxy, then we will perish.
But you are not taking part.
You're
You're being used
You're
as a
subjugating
plea.
yourself.
You are
Does it look
allowing
like
them
I've been
to
given?
spread their own tendrils deeper and deeper into imperial society.
Does it look like I've lived a poor life? Have you seen the lives that we live here? Imagine if this was all burnt away. That is the only choice you have. But you haven't realized it yet. Your purity gets in your way, clouding your judgment.
Have you ever thought about your own death and what happens after these plush surroundings go? After your body grows cold, rots, decays? What is left?
The guardsman will come in with another draft letter from his desk. You can do a Forbidden Lore Heresy test. -10.
It says, what is left is your soul, and that is what you're gambling with.
As you say that, you receive this letter, any of you, and begin unfolding it, reading it.
Hold on.
Success exactly.
Hmm.
After a inspiration point reroll.
Nice. You read a draft letter from Thort. It complains of ambition, witness, disinformation spreading in Vasuna Regis. Apparently he is cooperating with someone he calls the Witnesses. By triangulating the information, you learn that this is the Ambition Witnesses, the cult that you've been looking for.
The Abyssian Witnesses located.
Hmm.
So this draft letter contains cult slogans, passwords that can be used to impersonate or gain access to the Abyssian Witness cult. Their own internal linguistics. Raphael Thort seems to have studied this, whether he knows them or not. That is not clear from the draft letter, but there are notes from his own studies. Words, phrases, things he has picked up through the years. It is also him lamenting how information about the Witnesses is spreading in Vasuna. And one of them has some coded phrases he seems to be using. And Raphael will deny all of this. Knowing anything about them or knowing them personally.
And
But,
yet you have such detailed knowledge of them.
I studied them. You're implying I had more knowledge than I've written. But I have never made a mistake. These notes were meant to be read only by me. And
And why study these? Oh. Surely a high noble of Juno, a court councilor, would be far too high to investigate a lowly cult.
do an interrogation test or an intimidate test with a +10. Because you have the evidence right in front of him.
I'll spend a fate point to reroll.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you gained an inspiration point just now, by the way.
Ah, okay, so I'll spend that. 1 degree of additional success.
Sick. As you say that, he glances at the letter. Well, aren't you clever? It seems you know everything. Well,
I just know most things.
let's hope you're on the right path, shall we? The Abyssian Witnesses are the ones giving us orders. They maintain order on Juno, and they keep the alien away. They are human, like you and me, and they work for the Emperor. Just
Who are
as you
they?
claim to do. The hidden hand that watches over you, even as we speak.
How do you contact them? He
He will actually walk over to the tablet you're holding. The ancestral tablets are an ancient instrument, technology, used by our ancestors to communicate with the Watchers, the Witnesses. Through this, in the Pellucid Tower, they speak to us. I assume you have the other three. And that this was what you were looking for.
So, you're saying that they're human. Veil is saying they're not human. Which one is it?
Poor Lucia. She knew so little. She was always afraid when we commune with them. She simply didn't know. We let her believe whatever she wanted to believe, because it was convenient.
You let her believe that you were indulging with Xenos rather than allaying her fears, and so that she could potentially be more useful?
Please. Oh, please. I know she didn't say we were communing with Xenos. She thought we were speaking with the Inquisition. She said as much many times.
Indeed she did. Indeed she did. Unfortunately, her thoughts betrayed her.
That is beyond my knowledge.
I find it very strange that for people that are running such a grand operation to save the system and keep the Imperium safe, that there seems to be an awful lot beyond your knowledge.
You're welcome to your beliefs.
I mean, let's reverse the roles. Would you not find it strange? I mean, help me understand why, the reason that you don't know what is going on within the operation. It seems inefficient. Unless you were scared that we would eventually turn up and disrupt your schemes.
The Inquisition was always here, watching us. Perhaps not you. Perhaps you're the one being held in the dark, my friend. He smiles.
That is entirely true. That is entirely true. At the end of the day, there is always someone watching someone else.
The Order Redactors hid the truth under the Basilica. If you want to find the truth, look there.
No, we've already been there.
Then why are you asking me questions?
Well, part of it is to actually make sure that you're telling the truth, and part of it is just mild curiosity.
Well, now you know.
So, as I say, we have spoken before. You agreed then that you would provide all the evidence from then till now. So, we're going to need you to provide all your dealings, all the information, as per our agreement.
I have never claimed to withhold any information from you.
Yes, I'm just telling you to chop and get the information.
Actually, you have withheld information. But you guys, all this is for keeping something locked away. What is it?
The truth operates on layers of information. What you were told is what you needed to know. Your Inquisitor knew more, Another Inquisitor knew even more.
And what is the name of this second Inquisitor?
If you learn everything, it will destroy you. Be happy with what your Inquisitor told you. And if you wish to know more, ask the Inquisitor himself.
I
He
would prefer
knows.
to ask you, and I've been
Why would I
before.
dishonor your Inquisitor, who clearly didn't tell you the truth? Why would I indulge more than he has to you? It is
Because
his
I don't
task.
believe it was our Inquisitor you were speaking to.
It is his task to educate you, not mine. If he thinks you shouldn't know something, why should I tell you?
Because for all you know, this might be, well, his way of teaching us to be better acolytes. We could break out the torture, but it would be fairly simple if you just told us.
A threat. Really?
A statement of fact. You do not know the mind of our Inquisitor.
You can do an intimidate test. You get a plus 20 because of the situation.
Could I use willpower instead of strength?
No.
I'll assist.
Thank you. I'll spend a fate point to reroll. 4 degrees of failure.
Take me to your Inquisitor, and I will speak with him directly. Then we will find out what he is hiding from you.
You know that's not going to happen. And we're trying to be pleasant about this.
Ha,
And
very
don't-
pleasant indeed. Defiling my ancestral heraldry. Stealing my belongings. Killing my servants. How gallant.
Thank you. At least you understand. Now, as I say, the idea of torture is... it's beneath us. However, we are going to find the information. We would very much prefer it if you would just enlighten us as to what we're asking. We don't care about whether or not you've siphoned off some ties or whether or not you've dabbled in the odd bit of Xeno heresy. Essentially, that is not what we're here for. That is another problem for another time.
Raphael looks you up and down. You're one of his lowly servants, aren't you? Pitiful. Given the work of breaking into my vault, stealing my belongings, he only uses the lowest standing members of the warband for work like this.
Well, you're mistaken.
Well, you're actually mistaken. We actually came here of our own volition because we wanted to actually meet you face to face. Our colleagues did and mentioned that you were rather cooperative and pleasant, actually, which I fail to see, but they have been doing this much longer than I have, I suppose.
If you want to know why you find yourself at this point in the conversation, trace your steps.
All right, I don't think we're going to get much more information out of him.
what do you know of the contagion, the xenopathogen that has infested Patagrim?
He forms a frown again. I was cooperating with Zax. Zax Holston has a base in Precinct 13, a fortified courthouse. You will find everything there belonging to our operation. We control Juno and Visuna Regis. We have nothing to do with the contagion.
I'm going to try a telepathic link with him.
Yep.
Does he oppose it?
Oh yeah. 2 degrees of success.
That's probably going to fail because I've been rolling horrendously. 5 degrees of success.
Damn. You win. You will begin to read his mind. He is afraid that you will speak with Elias. Elias de Rees knows a lot more. Elias knows about the quarantine. They were quarantining something they found, a horrific virus. It was Elias's task to quarantine it. And Martyr Dumas, the Councilor, was fighting against the whoever was using this mutation. Palambrace was in charge of the mutation. Palambrace and Decumbrae. Palambrace and Decumbrae. And he knows this. Egnon, Decumbrae, and Palambrace.
And Morgan is going to be, as she's getting these thoughts, she's just going to be sitting there talking out loud to the other two, basically relaying all this information so that he can actually hear it as well. Obviously, at some point, he's going to try to actually sort of block her, so she's going to just put a little bit of pressure on his head so that it actually, well, really hurts. And just basically say, quiet now.
Another thing that you have attempted to keep from us.
Raphael begins holding his head. Stop. You're going to kill me.
I'm not going to kill you.
He kneels on the floor. No. You're losing everything. You need me alive. Not yet. Closing his eyes, he seems to lose consciousness.
And as he seems to lose consciousness, Morgan's going to ease the pressure ever so slightly and go, that was pathetic. I wouldn't even have rated that as a migraine on a 3 out of 10.
Ariok, looks in close to see if he can identify some sort of thing other than the psychic-induced headache that might have caused him to almost go unconscious.
And what?
You said he almost went unconscious, so Ariok is trying to see if there's something other than the psychic pressure that caused it.
No. Stress. Old age.
Okay, well, as he's now unconscious, she's going to dig even deeper.
He seems to be thinking of Palambrace and his cover-up. Palambrace held court in the Iron Bastion, in the bleak pits of Solisarum. You see these images of Palambrace throwing Psychers to the bleak pits. The mutation, whenever it appears, is also thrown in. So the mutation feasts on these Psychers, eating their warped minds. And then everything is buried, and then another load, and another. Raphael has been having nightmares about this. The horror of it.
Okay, so
After Lester was killed with one of these mutants, just the mere thought, the collective thought that they had, that Lester Holst needed to die, was enough for the mutant to appear in his officio and kill him. So now Raphael is convinced. Even his thoughts can betray and kill. If they have the wrong thought, it's enough to make these masters kill them. You see him sleeping on the bed, on the ground.
as Morgan has been relaying this information, you'll actually be able to tell by her demeanor what she wants to do next. And that is basically hollow him out and leave nothing left.
We should probably bring him back to the Inquisitor ship for further interrogation.
She'll look at Aronok.
Do you...
I had-
Sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
After bringing Raphael, do you want to go to another estate and try to catch another Councilor quickly? Or do you want to go straight back to the cruiser?
I believe we should attempt to catch Elias. He seems to be at the crux of this entire thing.
Okay.
Agreed.
After Raphael is brought back, you have a plan to go to Elias. And as you hear gunfire in the distance, and you see some exotic birds flying above you as you exit. You hear the chirping of nature outside. It is sort of beautiful. The air is fresh and lovely. And as you fly off with Raphael Thort, that's
Okay.
just as you're on the way to the ship.
Cool.
And
Can't believe you didn't let me hollow him.
everybody gets 300 XP. And I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
300 XP.
Guys, we have done great at Boston this time, it feels like.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think we did a lot. Yeah.
If we did get the location of the Abyssian witnesses, I think, as well as how to process them.
You got the freight
Schedule.
schedule and locations.
Oh, Zeta Beta.
Oh no. He could have been here. Maybe.
Alright, folks. I will catch you later.
Catch you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Catch you later.
Bye.